Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. It's me, guys. Today on Budo Pat videos, guys, we are going to look into this karate demo from the late king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. So, guys, for those who don't know, Elvis Presley was a karate student from also the late Ed Parker. That's the creator of the American the American karate called Kempo. So Elvis Presley was the student of Ed Parker. So here in this video is supposed to show a demonstration of his karate skills. So let's see, guys. Let's go ahead and check onto this. What am I gonna do, guys? Because the video is a little bit long, we're gonna make part one and part two. All right. So we're gonna check part one. And we're gonna do part two, guys. So I would like to share this with you guys. But I know there's a lot of people that would like to see this. They would like to see Elvis not only on the music level. We know a lot of things about Elvis. We know he was such a great singer. We also know some of his spiritual life. But this is another thing that maybe some of us don't know about Elvis, even me. And then he was martial arts skills. All right, so let's go ahead and check on this, guys. Elvis Presley karate demo back in, maybe it was 1972, somewhere 1974 or 1975. All right, to be more precise. Let's go. There he is.
Here we have Red West putting his fist in Elvis's throat,
All right.
and Elvis is going to display his chi power
Oh,
or key power and pushing Red West and Al
for
Holcomb
real?
backwards.
He pushed them all the way down, only with his throat. Hey.
I was amazed at why Elvis would jeopardize his vocal cords and allowing somebody.
Yeah. That's exactly. Hold it. That's something exactly what I was thinking of. He's putting on risk his vocal cords. I mean, Elvis Presley. I mean, well, that was his most treasured instrument, was his vocal cords, right? So he do this demo. He pushed all this guy, all his bodyguards. He pushed them down using his throat, man. Wow, that was something else, man. All right, let's go on.
He's introducing Al Holcomb there, and Al's going to be putting on some self-defense technique moves,
All right.
primarily things that work off of punches. And you'll be able to see better angles of this in a few minutes as we get rolling here.
All right.
Now, Elvis started training in the martial arts
All right.
when he was in the military over in Germany. And he had about three famous instructors that he studied under. Al Holcomb was one of our gladiators for this movie, but Elvis loved the passion and the discipline that the martial arts offered to us. And my name is Wayne Carmen, and I'm getting to narrate this film for you today. This is a unique experience for me, and the time I got to spend with Elvis was a mountaintop experience for me. I'm also the author of Elvis's Karate Legacy. I've written it, and it talks about Elvis's life and times in the martial arts and how he used the martial arts to better himself, not only physically, but mentally and spiritually as well. The martial arts is three phases of training. It covers the physical, the mental, and the spiritual aspect of one's life. That's one reason Elvis wanted to do this documentary, and promoting the martial arts worldwide. He thought it was great for children as well as adults, and He just loved the physical activity that it offered. These gentlemen here just displaying some of the unique techniques that the martial arts offer. This gentleman here was from another school that was in Memphis. He was real quick and agile, and one of our gladiators that we had.
Amazing.
You can hear Elvis talking in the background. Oh, that's a good move right there. It's a hard move to actually execute too, but it's real pretty when you have someone such as this gentleman or a real good black belt doing these moves. Elvis really, you'll see him, he's like the star of this film. He wanted other people to be recognized as well. He really didn't want all the big publicity for it.
It's like I can't believe I'm seeing this.
He is discussing and demonstrating these 5 moves, and I'll talk more about them on another camera view. You can see the passion he loved training with. He has Mr. Stanley here on the side of his neck where his pressure points run up between the muscles.
Wow.
He's striking him to the groin right here. And again, we have a better camera view here. In just a moment, you'll be able to see it. But Elvis had tremendous control over his techniques. His hands was just fabulous, mostly from the Kempo style that he trained with.
All right, guys, hold on 1 second.
Now this right here's another gladiator.
All right, guys. So far, Elvis Presley, when he first starts his martial arts journey, his Budo path, was back in Germany when he was serving in the army. When he was in Germany, there, the American army was serving in Germany. That's when he first started learning martial art. I believe that was maybe by the mid 50s. All right, so guys, as you can see here, this part of the video now. I know this martial artist, the one wearing like the karate uniform, like the one that is wearing like the American flag. This is Bill Superfoot Wallace. This man is a legend. I remember him I get to see him in a lot of black belt magazines, and also in kickboxing fights. And this one wearing the gi with a black belt, the white gi with the black belt. It was one of Elvis' bodyguards. Most of the Elvis bodyguard guys, they were just not mere bodyguard. They were professional martial artists. They all know how to defend Elvis. However, I don't think Elvis needed any kind of help, but they were all trained in the martial art. They were all black belts. All right,
Bill Wallace.
There you go.
Bill was one of the best, or not one of the best, but the best martial artist in the world. He was undefeated, and here he is demonstrating that famous left leg. You can see just kick the hair flies up on Red's head.
Yeah, I was very young here, Bill Wallace. I can't believe I'm saying this. This is just wonderful, man.
And Red was a real tough martial artist. He enjoyed that contact from it and enjoyed getting hit on, just so he could really see how these techniques would work and apply. And he trained real hard. I won't ever forget when I first started training Red, I was actually how I kind of fell into this was I was one of the best in the country with a weapon called the nunchucks. And Elvis actually got my name and phone number from Charlie Church so I could train Red West on the weapon called the nunchucks. And he was just a dedicated student.
Look at that kick, man. Perfection. There goes Elvis again. Oh, there is it. There he is. Ed Parker. I did not know. That's not Ed Parker. I thought it was.
Now, this is Dave Hebler here. Dave was one of Elvis's bodyguards, but one of Ed Parker's right-hand men in his system. He was a fascinating martial artist as well. He loved the laws of physics. They love going through these patterns. They're like about 17 moves to him, and he could go through them in like 2.5 seconds.
Wow, it required a lot of timing. These moves, huh? Look at that. Amazing. Wow.
These elbow strikes are just devastating. Difficult to hurt your elbow, but real easy to hurt an opponent with.
Wow, look at that, man. Look at that. Wow.
And this is an angle view shooting into the mirrors. We actually have 3 cameras set up this evening shooting, so you'll get to see all of these events from many different angles.
I never seen this footage before, guys. This is awesome, being able to watch this footage.
Once again, he's demonstrating his chi power with Red putting his fist in his throat. I was always amazed why he'd do this for a room full of people. Now he's going to take a shot from Red to the ribs. And the scream
Yeah, you
is
can
what
take
we
a
call a
punch,
keel.
bro.
It's a way of generating more power. Or being able to absorb more pain without feeling it.
Hold on 1 second. As I can see, that bodyguard, the guy with the red hair, I know this. I know him because I see him in other videos of Elvis, one of Elvis' bodyguards. You can see he was punching Elvis on the ribs. Elvis was allowing him to punch him on the rib, and then the guy punched him with all his key power. I can see he was not faking. He was punching Elvis on the rib with all his power that he got, with all the key that he had, and it was like nothing. All right. Now, how you disarm you're gonna show how you disarm somebody. I never see it coming.
I was amazed seeing the pistol fall and hit the ground so hard. There'll be another camera view here in just a moment. Now, this technique that Elvis is doing here, where he's holding that gun, is one of the best ways to keep him getting shot, even accidentally.
All right, let that move. Check it out. He hold the fist in one of his arms, and then he do the other move. Wow, look at that. Never thought about it.
Temple there, he's gouging the eyes out.
Yeah, we'll gug the guy.
There's an old saying, a finger in the eye will make a grown man cry, and you'll notice he does that quite a bit. Now here he's doing some eye gouging again. He'll turn him around. He's going to strike, actually do 2 strikes there, breaking the nose and hitting the eyes at the same time. And then an elbow to the sternum, and then a back fist to the throat, and then he hits him in the groin. Now that's a ripping effect that he's doing. It's like a tiger claw, eagle claw to the face. Elvis loved using these techniques in his performances on stage as well. Here he's striking the pressure points in his face. It's a pretty devastating strike. If you don't know what it's like, it's very painful. Now he's splitting the fingers and striking both eyes. He loves that technique. Striking to the throat, that's a great place to go. Solar plexus and then to the groin. Then a takedown. And then he'll follow it up, stomping him to the groin. You can't see it here. Now, right here, you can see Elvis getting on his knees. This is what you do when someone pulls a gun on you at 10 feet away. You start praying. You can see a sense of humor. He loved this. Oh, and he says, the old master says, no way to stop bullet. And this is Kang Rhee. Kang Rhee came over to the United States in 1964 from Seoul, Korea. He was real small in stature. He weighed about 140 pounds, and he could almost defy gravity. But Elvis loved his ability because of how fast he was and his ability to do jumping kicks. He was a great kicker. Difficult to understand. He was Korean. And that ring that Kang Rhee has on his right hand there, Elvis gave that to him. It was a lion ring.
Wow.
And this is part of our 17 lethal weapon movements that Kang Rhee did. It's part of our system of the Pasaru system.
All right, Kang Rhee.
And he's real pretty doing this.
This is very interesting.
Elvis enjoyed this. And this is what Elvis really liked, was Mr. Rhee's kickings.
Wow. He's just as fast as Bruce Lee, this guy. Look at that. How many punches he did in a matter of seconds. Amazing. Oh, they're bowing now.
Here we are meditating. We do this normally before and after class. He's leading us in our meditation, and it's a spiritual thing that we'd experience. Here we are at Kang Rhee School. This is in Whitehaven. That's me right behind the post there. This was a mountaintop experience for me.
All right, hold on 1 second. So right now, they're in the school of Kang Rhee. All right, they're in a different dojo. So the way I see it with Elvis, how different kind of influence, not only right in the school of Ed Parker, but also now on Kang Rhee. So this is kind of similar like Bruce Lee, because also a guy, you know Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee have influence from different kind of martial arts to create the Jeet Kune Do. And this is a good attitude in martial art. When you get to know a little bit of everything, it can help you in a lot of ways. All right. Mm-hmm.
He would call him master. When you get to a certain rank in the martial arts, in our system it was 5th degree and above. He's showing off an injury that Elvis experienced a couple of weeks prior to this that got infected. A girl reached to touch him to try to pull a ring off and dug the meat out of the back of his hand.
What? Really? Oh.
Now Elvis gets a kick out of this. Like, why are you doing this, Kang Rhee? But he had an ingrowing toenail. That's me right there on the left again behind Elvis.
First of all, the power, the inner power called the chi, the
Man, this is amazing. Being able to watch this, Elvis, rather than his music. All right, volunteer.
Here he is showing his chi power again. And then you'll see a delayed reaction.
It's like nothing.
He was just talking about his inner strength and inner force fighting back what was just happening. Here we have one of the students from Tennessee Karate Institute testing over at Kang Rhee School. Elvis was part of this rank test and made the decision to promote this little yellow belt to a green belt. The young man did a great job on this kata. We call this a kata. It's a form of dance. It has roughly about 20 moves to this pattern, and it's like fighting self-defense people from different angles. Okay, here we go again. This is Elvis. He's getting on his knees. He's ready to pray. This is what you do when somebody pulls a gun on you at 10 feet away. And here he is. Now this time, not only does he have red, he's got Mr. Bear, Al Holcomb. Mr. Bear was his animal name.
Well, this time he did it with two guys at the same time.
You'll see him more here in a few minutes. Right here he is. He punched me harder than anybody at the school. He was a real powerful man. He was one of the gladiators. And he was part of the team that Elvis was sponsoring. You'll see Bill Wallace in his uniform here in just a moment. Stars and Stripes that Elvis paid for. He bought the whole team to go to Mexico and fight over there. We did a great job on the team. It was an incredible opportunity for everybody that went. They had a great time. And Mr. Stanley here, the one on the right, that was Elvis's stepbrother. And right here, he's what we call an uke. He's like the dummy that's getting beat on. And it's a position that people earn the right to do that. You got to be able to take punishment pretty well to be a good uke. But it's important to make your partner look good.
All right, guys. So let's leave it like this for now, and we're gonna do part 2. So what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna do part 2. Right? The video is kind of a little long, but I don't want you. I wanna review this, analyze this, review this in complete detail, so we can take. We can have a clear view of Elvis' karate skills. So we're gonna leave it here, guys, and I'll see you on my next video on part 2. Take care.